Hey guys, Justin with Ready Business Systems here. We've completed our workflow for our AI answering, which is then sending our leads directly into our CRM, which right now we're using Service Autopilot. So I wanted to walk through this workflow with you to show you exactly how we set this up. So right here, what I'm showing first, this is Rosie, our AI answering. I'll put a link below if you're interested in signing up for this. It's about $100 a month. Previously, these were going to both our office, which is located in the Philippines, a remote VA, and then as a backup, we were using an answering service that was plugging in these leads. The answering service alone was running us about $700 a month. This year, this Rosie AI answering service is running us about $100 a month. So the calls come in and ask some different questions. I'm not going to go through too many details on here. I just wanted to show you these calls come in. This instance here, this example, they're just transferring the call to our main number. But a lot of times it's going to pull out each individual. I don't want to reveal any confidential information from our calls, but on different examples here, it's going to slowly parse out the client information, get their phone number, email address, what services they're looking for, et cetera, based on our settings here. So how does Rosie get the calls? Well, this is our RingCentral. We lay it out. RingCentral is like a call routing handling service. So we use this to basically route all of our calls direct to where we want to go, set up what time we want our phones to ring, and give instructions to RingCentral on how to handle our calls. Without getting into the nuts and bolts of RingCentral, I'll just show you how our call menu works. So you have this call menu that comes in, has three options off the top. If they press 1, it goes down here to sub option 1. If they press 2, this goes directly to our office. If they press 3, it goes to sub option 3 down here. So if they press 1, their prospective client interested in learning about our services are getting a quote. It's going to go to the sub menu where it's going to say if you're interested in landscaping services, and this is where it's going to route directly to the Rosie answering that I just showed you, where it's going to pull in all this new lead information. Press 2 for small engine repair. That goes directly to our garage because our mechanic is the one that writes up the quotes for those. If they press 3, they have a question about a quote or a service concern on recently completed work. This is where management comes into play. Press 1 so it'll go to the sub menu for option 3, questions about quotes or services. Press 1 if you have a service concern on recently completed work. This is going to go to a production manager. That's his responsibility. Press 2 if your questions about lawn mowing, because that goes to our office. You can handle a lot of the simple stuff with lawn mowing. It's very cut and dry. And press 3 if your questions about fertilizing, cleanups, recurring gardening, or custom projects. This goes to Steve, which is the general manager. He also does most of the sales. He's going to get more difficult questions. Steve was getting a lot of calls he didn't want to get, and that's part of the reason why we changed around the way these menus are working. So I just wanted to point out these recordings here, the actual prompts. I used to use like a Fiverr, Upwork to find like an actual person to record the voiceovers, which there's a cost there, there's a delay, there's back and forth, takes a while. I found this AI voice generator, which is free to use, and it works really well. So I've just been using this. It's quick, easy, and free to generate these voiceovers that you saw in the menu there. So after these calls come through, they were initially just sending us an email with the details. We got someone to set up the zaps through here in Zapier. So when the Rosie calls come in, that's the AI answering, the lead then gets put into Service Autopilot as a lead. We're also working on another one here. It's not perfected yet, so I'm not going to show the details. This is we're using a ChatGPT chatbot on our website, which parses the information from people. So rather than at the moment, it's sending them directly to a contact form where, I'm interested in the quote, good, and it sends them a link. So that doesn't really, kind of squeeze the information out of them. We want it to act like an actual agent where it's going to slowly ask them for their name, email address, all the stuff we want, and then it's going to submit that lead for us. So it makes it a lot easier. You're more likely to capture a lead if you get the information a little bit at a time. They might be turned off by having to go to your website and fill out this big form. So that's not yet done. But once we go inside here, we have some examples here. So it's pretty complicated. Like I said, I didn't set this up. Service Autopilot doesn't directly integrate with Zapier, so this has to be done through the code on the back end. But we have the calls that come in, and we have filters set up because what was happening is sometimes the callers, like in that first example I showed you, it doesn't gather the information. On that last call, where the call got transferred, obviously we don't want every single call to get set into Service Autopilot because it's just going to create a bunch of junk as leads. And some people just give their first name and their phone number. And our admin asked us not to do that because then she just has to go in and enter this stuff anyway. So unless it's like complete and it comes with all the information, she doesn't want it to create a lead. So as you can see, there's a lot of filtered ones in here. Like I said, I don't want to open these up and disclose personal confidential client information. But you can see the ones that did run, that they're filtering out, that has all the information. These ones are actually being created as leads in Service Autopilot. So it's like hands-free. The AI bot captures the lead's information and plugs it directly into a lead in Service Autopilot. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. This is actually working really well now. We're really happy with it. If this is something you're interested in, I'll put below here. I'll put a link to the Rosie AI if that's something you're interested in. Reach out to us if you're interested in our contact for getting the Rosie AI set up with your CRM. And yeah, I'll put the link to the voice generator. And if you guys have any other questions, feel free to reach out. We're pretty excited to see this working. And I know there were some people who were interested in if we're able to get these leads going directly into the CRM. So yeah, thanks for watching.